Hey, hello, welcome back. This is my third episode, or day three, in my journey to launch sidetracker.io. We want to put this app live before the end of January. And every day I try, at least Christmas is coming, so I will do a bit less, I guess, but every time I have something to update, I record a video like this. So today and yesterday I worked on the settings page. That's where we left yesterday. And I just want to show you what I did today and the progress. So let's dive in. So today, there are a few things I did, by the way. I created the reset flow. I didn't do yet. So when you forgot your password, reset. That's done now, and also the sign up. But I blocked this one and made sure that you can subscribe to a form, just a simple type form, but at least you will be on a list, and then I have my first customers if they're interested. So that's there, and the sign up flow of course works now. So if we log in, we have the tracking. I created a little pin, so now we can pin this one and then it goes to the top, or unpin, then the first one in order comes here. Maybe later we can also drag them around. But I know from Heroku, where I host a lot, it's always handy to be able to pin, especially if you have many apps there. So I guess that some people have many domains, so this, for myself, I like it. Also, well, you can now add a domain. I don't know if I explained it yesterday, but you can add many domains. So let's say we have stockpilot, stockpilot.com and stockpilot.nl. Then we create. You get redirected. Then we have simple help. I have to change this for sure, but let's say we have this. So you can copy a script. This one you place in your live domain. So, and this will be of course sidetracker.io tracker.js file, and then we have a sessions file, and then the data domain ID is the unique ID related to this domain, and based on this we can fetch the token that I showed you yesterday is related to the organization, and then we can start tracking. It's like an API. Also, we explain here track click, so how it works, the basic feature, and how you can store with variables. And well, that's something to think about later. And that's the nice thing about building an app like this. Like, I already start thinking like, how can this be useful? Because for me it's useful, but how can you make it useful for everybody that at least has a product-led SaaS? Often they have like a cross-domain to the sign-up or to the login flow, and you want to track things. But yeah, I know there's something useful here, but I just keep on building for now. But I know it's useful. So let's see. Close guide, and then we can start. In the backend, I can show you. There's now a domain created, stockpilot.com. Oh, let me see. Again, because I have a duplicate one. Well, there's one error already, because this is the new one and we don't have stockpilot.nl. I will dive into this later, but this needs to be fixed. Let me write it down. No second domain when created. Okay, so to keep order, let's just move on for now. Also in the backend, what we now create is the rules. So we have a paid, all related to this domain. And let's rename our other domain quickly. This one, I guess, we do like another domain here, test.nl. And so we have a better view. So these three are created now: Google Paid, Google Organic, and Direct. And then the rules as well. And don't see any condition. That's also not good. So another bug found. So let's check that out later. Write it down. No condition in created domain. Okay, good. We solved that later. But that kind of works now, and what you already saw me doing, we have now a settings page. So if we go to this one, we can say, okay, settings, we can now add an extra domain. That now works. This one you can update if you like. You see here the update. And you can remove it now. That's the CRUD, it all works. If I change this, also update it. And if you leave it empty, of course, you cannot. Same here, you cannot. And then also, if you like, you can add exclude IP addresses. So for example, we say Sander home and then 100. I guess you cannot do this exactly, but you can say, I guess, I don't know what's a proper dot, something like this. Should be, no, it's not valid, okay. Maybe one less. So then we have an excluded IP address. So if I enter this one of these domains I added here with this IP address, then we block tracking, so we don't have diluted data. And then we have to refer labels. I'm still a bit stuck here. It works kind of. You can say label name contains value and then an end, but yeah, it's kind of, it adds now the test, but you cannot remove it, you cannot add multiple rules, but that's something I want to work on next. And also we have a danger zone, so we can remove our domain. What this does, let's see in the back end. So what this does, if we now remove, are you sure? Yes, it goes here. Then it says removal in progress. And what we have is a task, which then removes it. So when it's done, it's gone. So especially important to have a task when you have a domain that's there for half a year or whatever, and it's fully accumulated data. So that's also there. So there are a few things left, especially this one, and I commented one out, a setting that I have. Settings, this one, parameters. What I wanted it at one point, so we have parameters here, what I at one point want also for my own use of this application is the ability to say, well, now we have click event as a parameter and that we track, but maybe you want to have multiple parameters all with their own actions. So for example, now we work with variables, but you could say if this is the event, store it as a metadata field or add it to the name of the user or you name it. You can go wild there. So, and I think that's a very, that becomes already a better feature that way. So that's the one I have to think about, but that's what Christmas is for, I guess. So that's our settings page. As you can see, I just have my HTML file here. I put all the, that's the way I work. We have a main file and then we work with template text in Django, and most of the jQuery / JavaScript is all here. So that's how it works. I always make sure if I use a function multiple times, I bring it to a main place and we only write it once, of course. But it's not super organized, I guess, but it works well for now. And I see with Stockpilot, for example, when it becomes bigger, you have to organize, but that's for later. First we ship. Yeah, so let me see. What I also did today is some logo creation, but I'm not sure. But what I always do is, I say always as if I make, I don't know many apps, but what I usually do is fonts. That's the one I like. Then most of times, in this case, no serif. Then it's already there. Then I just do this, and I go there. And if I like something, I just make a screenshot and place it into, for example, in this case, place it here, and then see what works, what I like. Also, I often do, like, for example, I know metrics, Supermetrics is one of these applications that track stuff, so I guess that's the same field, so then I just open them and get some inspiration. You might want to throw them all in ChatGPT and ask to get a variation, but I don't really like the DALL-E output yet. But yeah, you get the idea, the colors, red, so what works, what doesn't, and you already see I kind of did the same font type, so trying stuff out. So that's where I am with that. And what else did I do? Because it's all on the side, of course, throughout my day of my job. Let me see, I showed you the things I did, and I think we can fix this domain stuff, at least check it, why it doesn't work. So let's do that. And also, if you have feedback on the logo, let me know, and also the colors. I'm still thinking red, but we can go anywhere, of course. Yeah, so let's see, we create a domain and we add URLs, and then it doesn't add the second one. That's where we are. So let's just print first why that is. Domain, create domain. Here we are. And then we say join domains, which is here. A valid URL. URLs array from URL inputs. Let's just console this for a while. See what it outputs. Maybe we're going to block the creation so we can go wild, otherwise we have to remove it all the time. So, you know, like, see if this works. I just want to see what happens. So, add domain tracker to x.com and another one, i.com. Of course. That's often the case with software. You always have to print until you get some clarity on everything. Saw them both, no? X dot. So it only adds one. That's clear. Well, one more. And also let's see if we fix this now or later, because I want to make it such a long video again. URL. So it doesn't add, I guess, the property, does it? The domain URL input and nothing. So that's for sure, I guess. So here we add the domain, placeholder class. Now we try again. Yeah, there we are. Now it's both there, and then we can create our domain. So we at least solve one little bug. Debug. Now, bam. Of course, we don't. This one, we need the ID to redirect to. But does it exist? Is of course the question. Yeah, here we are. Does it have two domains? Yes, CX and FSDA. So that one is solved. And I wrote the other one down. No condition in referral when created domain. Let's see if we want to fix that today, but Google paid. No condition, see? Is that the same? They're all. So initial label setup, that's where it happens. Operator, contains, not contains. That should work. Shall we just delete them all? Then we create a new domain. Then we know better what happens. Test.com. Create. No condition. And no operator. So what I now see is that operator and condition are swapped values. See, operator or is a choice field, is or and condition is the condition. Stupid mistake. So let's change this, and this should solve this issue as well. And let's test it, of course. Here we are. We create another domain. We will remove this stuff. Create. Ha, that works. Great. So, another thing, also a tip when you build SaaS, and I didn't do that with my last application stockpilot.com, but I already start doing it, is adding, and I have to show you that here, adding tooltips everywhere, and also when you go to settings, for example, these little balloons. If you have to do that later when the application is in a more mature stage, it's really annoying. Another thing I should consider is already built in the local, like multi-language. So at least all the, because in Django you have to do something like, in the templates you have to do something like, let's say this is some translate, you can say. And if you have to do that later, when the application is like super huge, it's like a hell of a job. So that's stuff I also write down later. But first, all the basic CRUD stuff should happen. Then we crystallize a bit more on the feature. And we have another feature that we didn't really check yet, but that's the checks. Also something we will work on later. But yeah, for now, first we make sure that this whole page works. And think about UI here. Then we check checks, the feature. And then we go think more about branding and translation. And later in the month, next month, we will also think about marketing. I already think I have a few customers, but I have to call them and sell to them. And I'm in like a SaaS group in the Netherlands. I might promote it when I'm really confident about it. But that's not so important yet. I think first we have to build something workable. So yeah, a lot of talking. Hope you like it. Hope you like this series. I bought a new camera, so the quality will be better. Hopefully, there's still a bit of echo in this room I'm in, so hopefully it's not too annoying. And if you have any feedback or ideas about colors, branding, or what I'm doing, please let me know. I would love that conversation. And yeah, have a great day. See you in the next video. Cheers. Bye.